Hi, welcome. This is Lara from Om3 Yoga, and thank you for joining us for our session today. So let's go ahead and start in a comfortable seated position. And you can stretch your legs out, you can crisscross your legs, you can sit on your shins, whatever feels good for your body today. If you have a block and you want to sit on a block, beautiful. And let's just take a moment here. Just let your eyes close, perhaps, if that feels safe. And then take a really big, deep breath in. And then exhaling out through the mouth. Take another really big, deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. One more deep breath in. Exhale, letting go. Let's take a moment. We're going to roll the shoulders back, maybe adjusting your body a little bit. And just again, notice taking another really big deep breath in. Is it different to breathe as you adjusted your body? And then take a moment just to connect with the sense of stillness within. And if you're not feeling still, welcome a sense of stillness. Beautiful. Let's bring our hands together at our heart center. And just taking a moment to honor your body and your breath and whatever is going on for you today. And obviously, taking care of yourself, if something doesn't feel good as we move through our practice, make sure you're taking care and doing what feels good for you or adjusting. And then bowing your chin to your chest. As you listen to that inner wisdom within you, that inner knowing. Let's inhale, we'll lift the head back up, maybe blink your eyes open, and we'll move the hands away from the body. Let's stretch your legs out if they're crisscrossed, and you can kind of move them a little bit, maybe bending the knees up and down. You can kind of bring your calves on the ground. I'm going to go ahead and turn my body so you can see what we're going to do next. So from here, we'll move the fleshy part from our sitting bones, and let's bring our hands alongside the body. If you tend to have a little bit of stiffness in the lower back and you're kind of rounding back, see if you can find the front of the sitting bones or just bring your hands back to support your body. And then we're going to slowly from here, we're going to gently bring your chin to your chest, point your toes. And then we'll flex our feet and look up. Bring your chin to your chest, pointing your toes. Inhale, flex the feet and look up. Again, chin to the chest, pointing the toes. Flexing the feet and looking up. One more time. And then gently doing that once again. And then from here, we're going to bend your knees, bring your feet on the ground. Let's inhale, reach the arms up, really reach high, finding space in the torso. And then you're going to exhale, you're going to draw your belly towards your thighs and slowly start to fold forward. Bring your chin to your chest, letting your body hang here. Thinking of this today as a seated child's pose. Beautiful. See if you can breathe into the back of the body. Feeling your face soften, your jaw let go. Two. And one. Let's inhale. We're going to reach the arms all the way back up. And then let's exhale, bring the hands alongside the body. We're going to keep the legs bent and let's turn your head to the right. And then we're going to turn your head to the left. We're going to turn your head to the right. And then turn your head to the left. And then one more time, head to the right. And then head to the left. Beautiful. And then we're going to gently find a neutral space once again. I'm going to turn my body to face you. You can either keep your legs stretched out or again, maybe crisscross your legs. Perhaps you even want to bring the other foot in front. And we're going to work with the side waist from here. So let's take your right arm to the side. You're going to lift your left arm up and overhead, maybe letting your right ear fall towards the right shoulder. And then we're going to sweep the left arm along the horizon. Inhale, lifting up. And then bringing that left hand down, reaching your right arm overhead, letting your left ear fall towards that left shoulder, big stretch for your body. We're going to do this a few times from side to side. So we'll sweep that right arm along the horizon, lifting your body up, and then right hand down, left arm overhead. Stretching, maybe it feels a little bit better the second time. We'll sweep the left arm along the horizon, inhaling, lifting up. Left hand down, right arm over towards the left. Beautiful, letting your ear fall towards your shoulder. Sweeping the arm along the horizon. We're going to come up. Again, right hand down, left arm overhead. Maybe even bending your elbow a little bit. Either one, just notice what feels good today. And again, sweeping that left arm along the horizon. And then left hand down, right arm overhead. And again, feel free to bend those elbows. Explore what works for your body. 2 and 1. We're going to sweep the arm along the horizon. We'll lift up, bring the hands behind you, lift your heart up, look up, and then exhale, softening through the body. Let's move the body into a tabletop shape, coming onto the hands and knees. Inhale, we're going to lengthen and look up. Exhale, let's round through the spine, chin to the chest. Lengthening and looking up. Exhale, rounding through the spine, chin to the chest. One more time. Inhale. And exhaling. Fantastic. We're going to inhale, finding a neutral body. If your toes are curled under, release the feet. Maybe bring the knees a little bit wider. And we're going to start to sink your hips towards your heels. Now, you can keep your tailbone up, or if it feels better, curl your tailbone down. Explore that. And then maybe resting your forehead into the mat. That's a little bit more challenging. Stack your hands, one fist on the other. And again, bringing that forehead on the back of the hands. Letting your shoulders soften. Feeling your breath. Noticing and welcoming whatever you experience today. Again. 2 and 1. And we're going to slowly bring your hands back down. We'll find tabletop once again. And then from here, let's gently extend your body back into a plank shape. We're going to bend your knees a little bit. Bring your belly towards your thighs. Lift your tailbone high. And then we're going to start to walk the legs out. So let's slowly lower your right heel down. And then coming back up, and then left heel down. And then bending the knee again, right heel down, bending that right knee, left heel down, bending the left knee. One more time, right heel down, bend the right knee, left heel down, bend the left knee. Let's bring your body back to a plank shape, and then we'll drop down to the knees, releasing the feet, and then lowering the belly all the way to the mat. Let's bring the arms alongside the body, palms face up. We're going to roll the shoulders back and start to lift your heart up. Feeling the back of the head lift. Maybe taking the gaze to where the floor and the wall start to meet. 2 and 1. We're going to gently lower back down. This time, if it's possible, perhaps bring the feet a little bit wider. We're going to interlace your hands behind your back, pressing the thumbs into the tailbone. I want you to see first if you can just lift your elbows up and see if you can squeeze the shoulder blades together, imagining the elbows moving towards one another. We're going to press down through the pelvis again, engage the glutes, and then inhale, lift the chest up a little bit. 3, 2, 1. We're going to slowly start to come back down. Feel your shoulders soften. You can try that once again, or if it would be interesting for you, maybe starting to lift your arms up to the sky a little bit, feeling those shoulders stretch out, maybe squeeze the palms together. And then imagining somebody's lifting you up as you roll the shoulders back. Feel the glutes engage, protect your lower back. 2 and 1. We're gonna slowly start to soften and release. Beautiful. Bringing the hands under the shoulders, we're gonna press to tabletop. And then we're gonna slowly walk your hands towards your knees, lift the knees off the mat. Pressing through the feet will come all the way to standing. So we're gonna do a joint warm up from here and just starting to, again, use the body a little bit differently than maybe we have the past couple of days. So we'll lift your right foot up and we're gonna rotate your ankle a few times one direction and then a few times the other direction. And then we'll go ahead and bring that right foot down. Let's lift the left foot up, rotating a few times one way and then the opposite direction. Beautiful. And let's go ahead and bring that foot down. Bring the feet a little bit wider than your hips. See if you can get the feet parallel to one another. We're going to bring the hands to the hip crease. Let me just turn in for this one. We're going to tilt your tailbone back. So lift the tailbone up, but feel your rib cage anchor. From here, we're going to hinge the hips, starting to bring the belly towards the thighs, knees stay bent. And then we'll inhale and come back. Let's do that 3 more times. So we're going to hinge and then coming back up. Again, gently hinging, maybe starting to feel the glutes and legs work. The spine's not doing a whole lot. And last one. And coming back up. Now we're going to bend here once again. We're going to bring your hands on your thighs or your knee, just above your knees, and we'll move your knees around in one direction. 3, and notice if it's a little bit creaky or noisy. 2 and 1, and we'll go the other way. 3, 2 and 1. Keeping your hands on your thighs, we're going to inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left arm high. Exhaling back down. Over to the right and lower. And inhale, left and lower. Right side and lower. Left side and lower. One more time to the right and then back. And then one more time to the left and back. Beautiful. Let's come up, bringing the hands on the hips, bring the feet even wider this time. And we're just going to sway the hips out from side to side. And you might start to notice like the glutes or where the hips and the femurs meet might be really tight there. So just observe. 3, 2, 1. Now from here, we're going to bring your thumbs forward, fingers back. We're going to roll the shoulders back. We'll inhale, lean back a little bit. And then exhaling, bending forward. Chin to your chest. Let's inhale. We're going to lift up, leaning back. And then exhaling, folding forward. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, leaning back. Exhaling, hinging from the hips, folding forward. Chin to the chest. Inhale, coming up and leaning back. And exhale, forward. Last one. Inhale. And exhaling. Beautiful. Inhale, coming all the way back up. And from here, we're going to slowly release your hands, shake out a little bit, shake your shoulders. And then let's sway out from side to side. And if you want to tap your body, great. You don't have to. You can also move your heels up if that will feel better for your body. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. We're going to come back to the center. Heel toe your feet a little bit closer so you feel really stable. Let's inhale, reach your arms all the way up. We're going to bring your palms down to the ground and you're going to go through the mouth. 2 more times like that. Inhale, reaching up and around. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Just pause here. Palms forward if you can. Roll the shoulders back. Notice what it feels like to stand on your feet here. What are your toes doing? How do your ankles feel? Your knees? Maybe press the knees out a little bit. Perhaps feel the tailbone lift up towards the sky as the pelvis or pubic bone reaches back. Rolling the shoulders back and then reach through the crown. Keep making more space in your body. 2. And 1, and then we're going to shake out again. Beautiful. All right, so let's take your right hand. You're going to bring your right hand to your right shoulder, left hand to that right elbow, and we'll lift the arm up. If this is challenging, just bring your hand onto that upper arm and support it. But if you can lift up, try not to let your head come forward. Feel your heart lift up, maybe even take your eyeballs up to the ceiling, perhaps a little sensation of a back bend. 2 and 1. And then we're going to gently release that, shake that arm out. Let's do the other side. Left hand to that left shoulder, right hand to the elbow. Inhale, lifting up. And again, you can support your arm. You can also start to lean back a little bit, especially if that head's going real forward. Just try to pull the head back, the back of the head. Maybe eyeballs to the ceiling. 2 and 1. And then we're going to slowly release from here, shaking out. All right, I'm going to turn my body one last time for our stretches, and then we'll move on. So let's interlace your hands behind your head, and you're going to squeeze your elbows toward your head. This is to help with our neck. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to keep the elbows in, and I want you to press the back of the head into the hands, and then maybe feel your shoulders drop. You might start to feel some of the muscles in the back of the neck start to activate. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to keep holding here, but maybe lift your heart up and lean back just a little bit. 2 and 1. We're going to slowly come back to neutral. Now keeping the elbows tight towards the head, let's lean to the right. And then inhale back up. Exhale to the left. Exhale back up. Reaching the elbows out wide. Maybe let your head fall back. Lift your heart to the sky. 2 and 1. And then we're going to gently release and come to neutral. Let's make our way to the front of the mat. Beautiful. Hands to your heart center. Honoring all of you, honoring this time that you're taking for yourself to connect with the peace within you. And as we connect with this peace within ourselves, let's send it out to our community and those that we love. Gently release the hands. Let's inhale, reach all the way up. Maybe a slight lean back if that feels okay. Exhale, we're going to bend the knees, hinge from your hips, folding forward. Inhale, let's look up halfway. Exhale, we're going to fold forward. Beautiful. Stepping your left foot back, we're going to drop down to the left knee. You can stay right here, or maybe inhale, reach the arms towards the ceiling. Let's take your left hand onto the right knee. We'll reach your right arm back. If that's too much, bring your hand on your hip. Otherwise, you can reach back, maybe look back at that thumb. 2 and 1. We're going to slowly come back, reach the arms high. Exhale, we'll bend in, hands onto the mat. Curling the left toes under, lift the left knee off the mat. Let's step back, downward dog. So maybe remember being here a little bit earlier and noticing it's already feeling different. We're going to inhale, find a plank, and then we'll drop down to the knees, release the feet, lowering all the way to the belly, moving gently and slowly. Adjusting your body as you need to. Slide the hands back a little bit. Let's roll the shoulders back, squeeze the elbows together, and then lift your heart up. Cobra, maybe you're coming more to an up dog. 2 and 1. We're going to slowly come back down. Drawing the belly to the spine, press through the hands and knees. We'll find tabletop. You can stay here, child's pose, or downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Let's take the right leg back behind you. Keep the heel in line with the hip. The toes are going to go towards the ground, maybe looking at your toes. We'll inhale, bring the head towards and look at the thumbs, and then stepping that right foot between the hands. Let's stay on the ball of the left foot. You're going to press through the feet and then inhale, reach the arms towards the sky. Maybe bring the hands together, bend the elbows, tap the back of the head or shoulders. Inhale back up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Step your feet together. Beautiful. Inhale, let's reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, folding forward once again. Stepping the right leg back this time. We'll go ahead and drop down to the knee. Press through the feet. Let's inhale, reach the arms to the ceiling. Breathing. Exhale, bringing that right hand to the left knee, reaching that left arm back. Maybe look at your back hand. Again, you can bring your hand on your hip if that's better. 3, 2, 1. We're going to inhale, we'll reach up again. And then exhale, bending into the knee, hands down. Let's curl the right toes under, right knee off the mat, and then step that left foot back to meet the right. And again, pause or do what your body needs you to do. Otherwise, we'll inhale, find plank, dropping down to the knees, releasing the feet, lowering all the way down to the belly. Beautiful. Slide the hands back, roll the shoulders back, maybe lift for up dog or cobra. Notice what feels good. Keep finding stretch in your body, sensation. Let's turn the head to the right and then turn the head to the left. Coming back, we'll bring your chin to your chest. Let's press to tabletop. You can stay here, child shape, or curl the toes under, hips high, downward dog. Inhale and exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Let's inhale, extend that left leg back, curl the toes under. We'll gaze between the thumbs. We're going to step the left foot between the hands, ball of the right foot. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Together, maybe bend the elbows, tap the back of the head or the shoulders. Inhale back up. Exhale, hands to the heart, step the feet together. Let's inhale, come up. And exhale, folding forward. We're going to pause here in a forward fold, so maybe readjusting your feet. And a couple options from here. You can grab onto the backs of the shins and maybe pull your head towards your shins or your knees. You can also grab onto your elbows, framing your head. The body sway out. Perhaps you'd like to interlace your hands behind your back. So what does your body need here? Breathing and listening. See if you can find stillness wherever you are. We'll take 5 more breaths. Welcoming sensations. Three, 2, and 1. We're going to bend the knees a lot. Releasing the hands from wherever they are. We'll press to the feet and rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's bring our hands onto the hips. We're going to keep your right foot forward and we'll step your left foot back. So both legs are straight. So we're kind of what they would call pyramid shape of our legs. Again, we want the hips going in about the same direction if you can find that. We're going to bring the hands to the hip crease. We're going to take the tailbone up. You're going to hinge from your hips and then leaning forward. Now you can stay right here. This is a lot of work. You can even kind of pull your left hip down, your right hip back a little bit. Maybe reach the arms back. If you prefer to lower your hands to the ground, always feel free to take care of your body. 3, 2, 1. We're going to inhale. We're going to rise the arms up. Hands to the hips, thumbs back, fingers forward. We're going to press to the right foot, and then we're going to inhale, lift your left knee up. So left foot's on the ground, you're on one leg. Maybe reach your arms to the sky. Keep breathing, even if it's wobbly. 2 and 1. Feet down, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach your arms up. Let's exhale, bend the knees, hinge from the hips, folding forward. So exploring what is the difference right now between the right and left leg. Inhale, we'll slide the hands on the shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding back in. Beautiful. Let's press to the feet. We'll inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Bringing the hands back to the hips. We're going to step your right foot back this time, left foot forward. So again, you might need to readjust your feet maybe a little bit wider so you don't feel like you're standing on a tightrope, and your hips can kind of go in the same-ish direction. We're going to bring the hands to the hip crease. We'll lift the tailbone up, hinge from the hips, reaching the head forward. Feel free to stay right here. Maybe reach your arms back like you're holding a ball between your hands. Stretch the shoulders again. Or you can bring your hands down towards the ground if that's better for your body. Listen within you. 5. Feel the sensation. Maybe drop that right hip down, pull the left hip back a little bit. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's press to the feet. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands back to the hips. Fingers forward, thumbs back. We're going to press through that left leg, and we'll inhale, lift your right knee up. Let's reach your arms up as well. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring the foot down and the hands to the heart. Fantastic. Let's inhale, lift back up. Exhale, we're going to fold forward. Pausing once again. Breathing here. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So we're going to work with the hips a little bit from here. So we'll bring your hands back to your hips. I'm going to start to mirror some of the movements. So we're going to start to step your left leg back. So your right leg's forward. From here, interlacing your hands behind your back, that right knee somewhat back. You're going to lift your heart up to the sky, looking up. And then we're going to exhale. You're going to hinge your hips and maybe try to imagine that your right shoulder is touching your right knee. And you can bring your chin to your chest if that feels okay for your neck, or just look forward. What feels better for you? 3, 2, and 1. We're going to inhale, come back up. We'll straighten the leg for a moment, reach your arms high. We're going to gently bend back into the knee, and then we'll open your arms wide, warrior B. Let's inhale, straighten the right leg. You're going to bring your left hand on your hip. We'll reach that right arm forward. Reach, 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 reach. We're going to lower the right hand down on the right leg. Roll the shoulders back. You can keep your left hand on your hip today just to kind of feel the body lean back more so you're not rounding forward. Or if you want, maybe reach that arm to the sky. I'm just going to keep mine down today. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take a slight bend in the knee. We'll reach your arms wide, warrior B. Let's straighten the leg, reach and lengthen back. And then bending back into the knee, let's bring your forearm on your thigh. Hand on the hip, reach to the sky, or maybe sleep along the horizon. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to reach back, coming all the way back up, feet parallel. Let's take a wide-legged forward fold. Maybe you're grabbing onto the sides of the legs or the feet. Maybe you're going to bend and straighten the legs. You can do one leg at a time or both legs together. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to inhale, rise all the way up, and exhale, lower your hands down. We'll bring our hands to our hips. We're going to rotate our body now to face our left foot. And then we're going to start in that warrior A shape. So you're bending in to the left knee, right leg's back. Interlace your hands behind your back. We're going to roll the shoulders back, lift your heart to the sky. And then we're going to exhale. You're going to hinge forward, bringing your left shoulder to your knee, maybe your chin to your chest, or maybe you're going to look a little bit forward. So what's better for your neck? 3, 2, 1. We're going to inhale, reach all the way up. And then we're going to open up to warrior B, adjusting your body. Inhale, straightening through the front leg. You might need to adjust your feet a little bit. We're going to bring your right hand on your right hip, reaching that left arm forward. Left hand down somewhere on that left leg and roll the shoulders and the head back, feeling your tailbone extend towards the back heel, maybe reaching the arm to the sky. And again, maybe it's nice to keep the hand on the hips. You can just keep leaning back. Notice the breath. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take a slight bend in the knee. We're going to come back to warrior B, adjusting your body as you need to. Let's straighten the front left leg. Reach that left arm overhead. Coming back, we're going to bend into the knee, forearm on the thigh. And then again, you can keep your hand at your hip, reach it to the sky. Maybe sweep it along the horizon for over your head. Noticing your breathing. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come all the way up, feet parallel. Let's reach the arms wide, and then one more time, wide-legged forward fold. Letting go. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to look up about halfway. Try to imagine your spine parallel to the ground. And if you have blocks under your hands, greater. Sometimes it's better to come onto the fingertips. We're going to keep your left hand down here because we're going to take a little bit of a twist. And it's fine if the knees bend. And then we're going to reach your right arm to the sky. Maybe try to look towards your thumb. 2, and 1. We're going to lower your right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. 3, 2, 1. We're going to lower the left hand down. Press to the feet. We'll reach all the way up. Exhale, arms down. Beautiful. We're going to step to the front of the mat. We'll inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, you're going to bend the knees, hinge from the hips, folding forward. And then let's bend the knees a lot, and you're going to come down to a seat. We're going to extend your legs out in front of you. Beautiful. Let's move your fleshy part from your sitting bones. Perhaps starting with a slight bend in the knees. Doesn't have to be dramatic as we were earlier. Reaching the arms up, and then exhale, folding forward. We're going to be here for a few breaths. So you can grab onto your feet. Maybe you're grabbing onto the legs. Perhaps you're straightening the legs out. Listen what feels good for your body. So where do you feel less strain? You have a lot of sensation in the lower back for any reason. 2 things, keep your knees bent will help with that, or squeeze like you have to hold to go to the bathroom, 1 and 2, and that'll start to shift the energy a little bit within you. Moving the sensation. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to inhale, and we're going to slowly, slowly rise up. Let's turn your right toes out. We'll slide your right foot towards your inner thigh. If this bothers your knee for any reason today, you can either lift the leg up, or you can bring a support for underneath your knee. Let's inhale, lift the chest up. You can stay right here, or exhale, folding forward. I'm just really letting your body soften. Feeling it release a little bit more. And noticing, where is your mind right now? Can you just bring it back to moving sensation and energy through your body? Listening to your breath, perhaps. Maybe just noticing your body touching your mat to the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to slowly, slowly, as you're ready, you'll start to walk your hands up if you were leaning forward. And let's lift that right knee up if it was out to the side. We're going to take a twist from here. So we'll bring your left hand to your right knee, bringing your right hand behind your back. Let's roll back, rotating twisting a little bit deeper. If you want to explore, you do not have to. Maybe taking that elbow outside of the knee, finding a little bit deeper twist. 3, flex and energize to that left leg. 2, and 1. And we're gonna slowly unwind. I'm just gonna switch sides so I can still see you. So we're gonna now stretch your right leg forward. We'll bring your left leg forward as well, just to start. We'll turn your toes out to the side and then bring that left foot in. And readjusting your body as you need to. It's fine, again, to have that right leg bent a little bit if your body needs. We'll rotate the torso towards the straight leg, roll the shoulders back. And then as you might feel ready, we're gonna slowly, slowly start to walk the body forward. And breathing. Just kind of noticing and welcoming. And maybe this side feels really different than the other side. Perhaps it feels easier, maybe it feels more challenging. Maybe you're like, feels exactly the same to me. But just notice what your experience is, and then softening with each breath. Again, seeing if you can move the energy. Notice where the mind has gone. Can you bring it back to the breath? Noticing the places where your body's maybe touching the surface that it's on, the mat, the floor. Perhaps notice the temperature in the room. Just keep welcoming whatever your experience is. Four, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to slowly, slowly start to walk our body back up. We're going to lift the left knee up, and we're going to take the twist again. So maybe wrapping the arm around that left knee as you turn and twist, or perhaps if you want to try, you can take that elbow outside and then twisting a little bit deeper, maybe looking over the left shoulder. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to gently unwind from here. Beautiful. All right, so I'm going to come and face you again. We're going to work with your feet a little bit today. So hopefully this feels really good. So you can keep your legs straight, or if you want to crisscross, that's great. What we're going to do is you're going to start with your right foot, and I'll mirror this again for you. And let's start with the middle toe. So you're going to go down to the center of the foot, and you're just going to kind of massage right down to the center. And notice, especially if you've had any plantar fasciitis, you might start to feel some tender spots. So I'm just working my thumbs kind of down through the center of the foot. Hopefully you can see that. And you can just use as much pressure as feels good for your body. You can also start to fold the foot. Maybe we always used to say, call this tacoing the foot. You can imagine you're stuffing your foot with a taco favorites. Kind of just noticing how that feels. And then perhaps moving out to the 2 toes outside the middle toe, and you can start to press there, and maybe it feels the same, maybe it feels a little bit different. You might notice that there's a tender spot somewhere. You can press into that a little bit deeper. And just because I know my mom and dad are here, my dad massages my mom's feet a lot. So maybe my dad's saying, you can do your own feet to my mom. So you can bring your feet a little bit or go out a little bit wider. Beautiful. All right, so here comes the best part in my opinion. So what we're gonna do, and it's the best part, but it might not feel great at the beginning. So you're gonna take your pinky finger from the opposite hand. So my right foot, you're gonna take my left pinky finger in between my toes. And then my ring finger, my middle finger, and my pointer finger between my big toe and my second toe. We wanna try to get webbing to webbing. So if you've had a pedicure before and they put those little things between your feet, kind of imagine that you're doing that. If you haven't, this might not feel as good. And so, but what you're doing, imagine you're kind of interlacing your fingers with your toes, And you can rotate your ankle a little bit. I always like to say we're kind of shaking hands with our soul here. And knowing that your fingers are meant to fit between your toes. And the necks of our toes actually represent our sinuses. So just notice if you have been stuffy or anything lately. Just kind of wiggle in here. We'll just stay here for another moment. Relax your jaw. 2 and 1. And we're going to release the fingers from the toes and then bring your right foot to meet your left. You might notice that the colors on the feet are different. Probably it's a little bit easier to spread those right toes than the left toes. Kind of explore that for a moment. We'll work the other side in just a moment. All right. So when you're ready, we'll go ahead and grab your left foot. And then we're going to start by pressing through the middle toe. And again, we're going to press down through the center of the foot. I'm already noticing that this foot is way different than the other foot. So, who knows what's going on? It often has to do with the repetitive habits that we do. So how we stand in our feet, or maybe the shoes that we wear. So just kind of pressing through here and through the center, noticing and just breathing. Beautiful. And then we're going to come under the second 2 toes, and then we'll press through here. Beautiful. And again, maybe noticing that there's a tender spot or tight spot somewhere. Just welcoming that, saying hello to it. And then let's go towards the pinky toe and the big toe. Just massaging that foot a little bit, giving it a little bit of love. I always say, love your soul. We're on it all the time. All right, so we're going to go ahead and work those toes again. And so starting, I like to take my pinky finger between my pinky toe and the second toe, and then the ring finger, and then that middle finger and the first finger. And you got to work webbing to webbing as much as you can. And so as you're interlaced here, you can rotate your ankle a little bit and just explore. Does it feel the same? Does it feel good? Maybe not so good. You can wiggle your toes. Kind of just noticing. There's a kitty crying at the door. Hold on. 2 and 1. And then we're going to gently, when you're ready, you're going to release the fingers from the toes. And then again, let's bring the foot. And hopefully you'll notice that the feet are maybe a similar color now, and it's really easy to spread those toes. Beautiful. So we're going to take one more forward fold from here. So again, you can do straight leg forward fold. You can bring your feet together, knees apart, and forward fold, or maybe you want to bring your legs out wide to the side. There's another variation you're being creative with in your mind. Let's go ahead and do that. And we'll just take one more forward fold from here, and then we'll come lay down. So hopefully your body's feeling better than when we began. And as you're here for a few moments, I'm going to go ahead and open up the door, because I believe you haven't met Miss Princess Eleanor before. She's right here. Come here, Ellie. Come on. Come on, come on. Come on in. I know. All right. Yeah, Eleanor wants to do yoga. All right. Beautiful. So whenever you feel ready to come up, let's gently bend the knees. We'll press the feet on the ground, bringing your hips towards your heels. We're going to gently tilt the pelvis, and we'll come lay down slowly, slowly, all the way on your back. And just let your body rest here. Your legs can be bent or straight to begin. But just take a few moments just to soften. Done a lot of work. Perhaps move your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe adjusting your hips or your feet or your hands a little bit, just feeling some more space in the body. Beautiful. So again, if your body needs to stay steady and not do a whole lot, let yourself stay where you're at. If you are ready to move just a little bit more, we're going to just do a few more things and then we'll move into our rest. But let's squeeze the knees in towards the chest. Today, let's grab our hands behind the knees, putting a little bit of pressure there. And then gently maybe rocking from side to side. So one of the benefits of bringing the hands kind of underneath the knees here is there's a lot of nerve endings and kind of energy as an energy center in our body behind the knees. So we're just almost pumping that here through the body. Breathing. Hi, Eleanor. You want to do yoga? 2. And 1. And then we're going to gently bring your feet onto the ground if you choose. Let's take 3 rolling bridges. So we're going to press the feet into the ground. And again, if your body's like, I don't really feel like it, just rest, listen. But if you want to move, we're going to press down through the toes and the feet, engaging the leg muscles, tilting the tailbone towards the knees, lifting the hips up, reaching the arms overhead. And then exhaling, slowly lowering down 1 vertebra at a time, reaching the arms up so the hands and the hips come down about the same pace. Beautiful. Doing that 2 more times. If you need to adjust something in your body, do it. Pressing, inhaling, lifting up. And exhaling, slowly coming back down. Let's do that 1 more time. Reaching up, using your breath to let your body move. Exhaling. Beautiful. Adjusting your body. If you'd like to take 1 more back bend, feel free to do Urdhva Dhanurasana with your hands under your shoulders, lifting up with straight arms and straight legs, or maybe just coming to a bridge pose. You can grab onto the sides of the mat or interlace your hands behind your back. Lifting the hips up, maybe coming onto the balls of the feet, so heels lift up, feeling that big stretch through the front of the body. Keep rolling the shoulders underneath you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's squeeze your knees back towards your chest. You can grab on top of the knees or behind. And then from here, bring the feet back down. We'll slide your hips to the right a little bit, and you're going to drop your knees over to the left. Now, you can kind of stay as you are. You can reach your arms to the side, or maybe today your body needs a little bit more softness, so you can just roll your right arm over towards your left for more of a fetal shape. So again, listening what's going to feel best for your body. And breathing. Feeling your jaw release. Finding more ease within. 3, 2, and 1. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to inhale those knees back up. Let's shift your hips. Might need to shift your shoulders a little bit too. And then again, we'll drop the hips over to the left, dropping the knees to the right. And again, you can reach your arms out. You can kind of keep your arms maybe a little bit closer to your body, rolling over towards that fetal shape. What's going to feel good for you today? And again, just keep breathing. And softening. Releasing just a little bit more with each breath. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we're going to lift your knees back up, adjusting your body, adjusting your hips. Now, from here, we're going to do one last stretch if you choose. So If you would like to move into one position and stay there for Shavasana or the rest, what I'm going to recommend that you do is you're going to slide your hips close to the wall, and we're going to lift your legs to go up the wall and kind of let your body rest back. This is really great, especially if you have trouble sleeping at night, if you start to get like itchy legs or whatever. And this is also really good to help drop your body into what we call the parasympathetic nervous system. So that place where we can rest and digest and find this ease. That's why it helps with sleep. They say about 20 minutes of this is equal to a 2-hour nap. So you can stay here. And if you're like, don't have the space to do that right now, what you can do is just lift your legs to the sky for a few moments. And thinking that this is doing something very similar. Now, you're not going to probably want to stay here for Shavasana just because it can be a little bit much for the legs, but let yourself just ease here for a little bit. If your legs are extended up, maybe wiggling your feet wherever you are. If you wanted to do something more traditional, like a shoulder stand and plow pose, or maybe you're doing a headstand, by all means, it's your practice. Listen to what feels good for you. So those of you who are here with the legs on the wall, we're going to move into Shavasana in just a few moments. So feel free to stay there because it's sometimes a really nice way to do Shavasana. Or you can, again, always adjust your body so you can lay on the ground. And those of us who have the legs lifted to the sky, whenever you're ready, you can either pull your legs toward your head a little bit, maybe to stretch the back out. We'll slowly come to lay on our back. And again, you can do this with the legs stretched out, the legs bent. If you prefer to lay on your side, maybe you need a fetal shape today, and sometimes it's nice to lay on the belly. So wherever you decide to go, let's gently begin to close our eyes, and legs up the wall again is a perfect place to be. And so as you're here, taking a really big, deep breath into your body, and then exhaling, feeling everything start to soften and to shift. And then moving anything in your body that you need to, just to feel a little bit better. And just in this moment, know that everything is okay. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. Just be here and connect with that stillness within you. So just starting to allow the feet and legs to soften. The front of the torso and the back of the torso soften. The hands and the arms soften. The shoulders and the shoulder blades soften. Feeling a spaciousness in the neck. Feeling all of the muscles of the face release. And see if you can allow your tongue to float freely in your mouth. As you bring your awareness into your heart. And just see if you can feel the sensation in the heart. Maybe you feel a little bit of pulsing or vibrating. You might not feel anything. Maybe you can imagine that your breath or the blood is pumping in and out of the heart. And I want you to imagine that you can enter into the heart. As we enter into the heart, a place of softness, perhaps, I want you to imagine that you're in a favorite room. What would it be like to be in this really comfortable room inside your heart? Just let it start to come into your mind's eye. Try not to direct it too much, but Notice what arises. You might get a feeling, sensation, perhaps some images. Maybe there's words or smells or any other sensations that might arise. Just being with that for a few moments here. Just as you rest here, perhaps in this place of comfort, into this feeling, sensation, welcome it into every cell of your body, into all of your being. Start to feel that sensation, that love, that comfort, compassion, and maybe this sense of being unconditional with yourself. Feeling that in your body and letting it radiate all around you. And this feeling that we're connecting with, let it radiate out into the community, into those that you love. So as we connect with this sense of stillness, the sense of peace, compassion, being unconditional with ourselves, then it helps us to let that relate out to others so they can connect with that wisdom, whether they're practicing or not. Offering it to them as this form of gratitude. We're grateful that we're able to take care of ourselves. We get to send this out to others so it can continue to radiate. So, an action for the next day or two. Take some time to have fun. Be foolish. Celebrate the silliness within yourself and those around you. Maybe do something a little bit different. Be crazy. Be silly. And the word silly actually comes from the Old English word selig, which actually means to be blessed, happy, healthy, and prosperous. So, whenever you feel ready, starting to bring your awareness to your fingers and your toes, this feeling of compassion and love still radiating within you, and being silly and being able to have fun. To reach and stretch any way that feels good, and maybe squeezing the knees towards the chest. You can roll over to your right or left side, or again, stay still if your body needs that. And we'll slowly, slowly make our way up to a seated shape, maybe bringing our hands to our heart center. And just again, honoring your body, your breath, this wisdom within you to take care of you always. As we take care of ourselves, we're able to take care of the others. Thank you. Have a beautiful holiday, however you celebrate. Namaste.